Shannon boy, we'll go for a different setup, mate.
Yeah, we've had some feedback. Constructive feedback.
Constructive feedback.
And people have said we can't hear people talking.
Yeah, so we got ourselves a like mic arms, a bit of a boom arm to so it's close to his face.
Is that what it's called?
A boom, yeah.
Like
I think so.
I thought they were just go gadget arm.
Yeah, that's what it's called in go with it. I've opted to just hold it.
Yeah,
I want to feel like I've been listening to Beastie Boys recently, and I want to feel like them.
You look like you're hosting a game show.
Yeah.
And you're about to do some sort of weird interview.
And the answer is
Big
dicks.
Yeah, and behind door number 2, you won a new car. Yeah, that's what it looks like. But I think it can work.
I think it's definitely going to work. And
you look like you're also sucking dick.
Yeah, I'm just practicing, seeing if I can get the girth right.
Yeah.
And projection.
Yeah, this is a random thought. Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Random thought. Yeah, of the day.
Yeah.
So when you go for a poo, and you're a proper big bastard, do you ever think that's the size of the dick I can get in my ass?
It's not, but I know it is your thought because I believe you've messaged me with that.
Yeah.
You've like
it was just one of them random.
You've
thoughts.
brought it up a few times. What makes me question it, as in like, this is more common in your head than people realise.
Yeah, there's just a few random thoughts going on in my brain. Everybody has random thoughts. Everybody has random thoughts.
Yeah, man.
And toilet talk. So that's another thing.
Is that what we're starting off the podcast with? Toilet talk?
Toilet talk. I'm starting
off about shitting and stuff.
No, not about shitting. Right, just about random thoughts. But when you sat in the toilet, even when you're scrolling, sat in the toilet, you think random shit. Yeah. Not as in, but you do. And some of the stuff, the one that always sticks out for me is not the one that I've just mentioned, is about milk and cheese and that kind of, how did that kind of come about?
Oh, I get you. Like, how did you find out that milk's good?
Yeah.
Like if someone, I bet it were a guy. I bet it were a guy that were fucking weird.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, just suck this tit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because obviously we see animals will be sucking a tit and they'll be like, oh, yeah. And they'll be like, I wonder what that tastes like.
Yeah.
Because I bet it's a man as well, because men are dumb.
That's why I'm saying, yeah.
Men have had that gene that are just fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Like, they probably died loads of times eating raw chicken.
100%. They were just
and
like...
a woman went...
Why haven't they tried cooking it yet?
Why haven't we... Like, and that's not like a sexist, women should be in the kitchen, right? No. Women are smarter than men.
Yeah.
100%.
I think it's that they think things through better than men.
Yeah.
As well. Like,
men just go for it like that.
There's moments when I'm walking down these steps here, there's some steps just to his right here, that I think, I wonder if I can clear these. Like, using the handrail, just see if I can clear them.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think that's a thought process for a woman.
Because she's not an idiot.
Yeah. And it's like, there's a less chance I'll break my leg if I just walk down these steps.
Yeah. Oh, they probably don't even have that random thought.
It's not even coming into their head. It's not even coming into their head.
Yeah.
It's not even coming to their head. Yeah, back to the cheese and milk thing. It's so, we think, it's probably like just this fucking creep that's being like, oh, I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
I'm going to see about this cow's tit.
Yeah.
What about cheese though? Because that's just gone off milk.
Well, that's the thing.
Who
there is a whole process of making cheese, right? But it is literally gone off. You let this nut go off to the point of its block, and gone, you know what? I'm going to put this on a sandwich with some ham.
Right, mate. I don't think they had them capabilities. They found it out. They won't make a sandwich already.
I don't feel like you've got the facilities for that.
I honestly don't think they had. They were thinking, oh, this would go well with my pastrami.
Yeah, my ham and cheese panini. But yeah, just cheese is like, it just gets me every time. And then you've got people now who are like lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
I wonder if you ever got that.
I don't know, mate. Maybe it was just like back then. You just got sick and died.
Yeah, true. Because how did somebody come about, right? This is another thing as well, so leading on to this now. How did somebody come about and go, I'm a doctor? I know certain things that will make you better, so pay me loads of money for it.
Yeah.
Or if you work for the NHS, give me 6 months, and then I'll write you a letter.
Yeah. I don't know, yeah. It must have...
I feel like I should follow that up. No disrespect to the NHS. They do a massive job.
Shout out NHS.
Shout out Can of Water.
Shout out Can of Water. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was just that one person that were just liked helping people. And then they were just like, I've had this situation before where someone's got the leg chopped off.
And it's gone green.
Yeah, I did this last time, it didn't work, so I'll try this time.
Yeah. That's another thing. Like, so, what were I going to say? Oh no, so we got some, I didn't get some, Becky got some heartburn tablets from the doctor.
Oh yeah, like the...
but she, so not like Gaviscon, you can get from the shop. She said they're a bit stronger, but she said, in terms of side effects, we don't know if there is any in pregnant women, because pregnant women don't come forward to do the tests.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, there could be side effects, but we
don't
know what they are.
You're the test.
Yeah, you're the test subject right now.
Yeah.
The child's going to come out with half an ear.
With a head the same shape as the tablet. And it's going to be called Gaviscon Head for its whole life.
And it's fucking, look at you Rennie!
Yeah.
You dick.
Fucking Rennie soft chew head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think about the meat one quite often, and like, like in other countries there's like roots and stuff that they use and eat, and things like that. But it's poisonous to a point where you die if you eat it, unless you leach it in a river or like under flowing water. How many people died for them to be like, we need to change something about this, or we need to stop eating it. But that's all we can get.
But that's the thing, right? So is it a case of, I've eaten breakfast, and then I've eaten this thing, then I've eaten my dinner, right, I've died. So then it's like a case of a breakdown of what I've eaten that day.
Yeah.
What did he eat this day? Right, let's kill him.
Yeah.
Because autopsies, I gathered, were a thing back then.
I wonder how many people step forward to do that trial.
Yeah, we need to do an autopsy and get paid 10 grand.
Yeah, I mean the eating one. So they worked out what he ate, all that person ate. I said he because it's probably a fucking dude that's eating random shit. Who's stepping forward for that trial to be like, right, we know what John died of.
Yeah.
It's one of these foods. We're going to have to try it out.
That's another thing, John, right? So we as people now with our names have kind of like moved on from, but where we call John, like when we lived in cavemen. So we're talking about cavemen, like John, my mate, Alan, Dan Road. Like, are they called that, or what did they have names?
I don't know. John's pretty close to like, the evolution of speech, like John. No. Yeah. It's pretty close to that.
That's got me.
Yeah.
But there's just random thoughts.
There's always been Johns around, I think.
Well, I mean, yeah. You know,
Okay, good. Shout out to John.
Shout out to any Johns out there listening.
Yeah.
Love you. Class that.
So yeah,
but it leads me to my. So I mean, I have a point of where I'm going.
All right. Okay.
So it leads me to my next random thought, but also it leads us to our main topic.
Main topic. This is something we've not discussed.
Oh,
mic drop.
Yeah, I can't drop that. You can't
drop it.
On his crotch.
Yeah, I bet I made the loud back.
Yeah. The main topic is we're going to talk about drugs and the use of drugs.
Oh, yeah, I've mentioned this.
Yeah. I did mention it. But how that has also evolved from, because, you know, you hear a lot of people say, well, they used to use cocaine as like a prescription. Not prescription.
It's like it was in some foods as like, or drinks on it. So like Coca-Cola had traces of cocaine. And stuff like that. To be fair, going back to, you said that it was a leading point onto the main point.
Yeah.
So random thoughts. What?
So the random thought was, you know, how these people have eaten berries and died, or they've got a poor leg, or they're sick. Right, sniff this cocaine, and it'll make you better. Or, but just stuff like that. Like, how did they get to the point where you get penicillin or aspirin or paracetamols?
Eating mouldy cheese.
Yeah.
Penicillin.
Right?
This makes me feel better.
Or it makes you incredibly sick.
Or you get sick and die.
Yeah. That is another. As somebody mentioned today, we were just out and about today, and somebody commented saying, "Don't smoke because it can kill you instantly." Not kill you over time. Instantly. And that first packet of Marlboros, and you open the cellophane and pull it back, and then light it. Boom, dead.
Dead.
So in my head, I wanted to say back, no, cars, when they hit you, kill you instantly.
Yeah.
Or like when you shoot yourself in the head, that kills you instantly.
Fucking hell, mate. All right.
But smoking is one of them that slow over time.
Yeah.
It's not an instant.
I just had to close my eyes and just for like head down. Just
shit.
Don't want to be a part of this conversation. Hide my vape.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a part of this.
How do you get out of conversations? How do you get out of it? So if somebody brings up a conversation, somebody brings up a random conversation with you, how do you get out of that?
Depends on the situation, I guess, and the scenario.
So if it's just me and you, right, it's going to be a bit more difficult. But if there's a group, you can kind of just like blend in and nod.
Yeah.
If you're watching on YouTube, I'm doing this.
Yeah. Just nodding away.
And nodding and blending.
I don't know. There's some situations where it's really easy, or I need to just nip off. I'm really sorry, I can't. I just need to get off. I need to see so and so or whatever. I've got a meeting or whatever. But
I'm shit at that.
Yeah, I think we spoke about it in the first podcast. I'm shit at it. I'm shit at it when it comes to it over the phone.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember if we did it on the first podcast.
No, I don't think we did.
Like,
but I get that.
We must have spoken about it then. I'm sure I've spoken to you about it.
We probably have.
Like about getting a phone call and they're like, I just want to run past you a few ideas. You know, we've got this new booking system. It's really good. And I think it'd really benefit your business. And I'm like, all right, okay. I'm sure if I can book in for a Zoom call, I can show you all around it. And instead of just being like, no, I'm okay. I've got my own booking system. It works absolutely fine. Thanks. I'm sorry about that, mate. See you later. I'm like, go on then. Next Monday. And then
we did talk about this. Yeah, we did.
And then I'm thinking of different excuses, like coming up to, what should I say? Like,
oh, sorry.
I can't run away. I can't make it on Monday. I don't have a cat, but
Grandma's died for 6 times this year.
See, I'm quite sceptical of that. I can't say stuff like that.
See, I can because I've never met my grandparents.
Right. Okay.
So it works.
I know people though that would say it, and grandma's still alive.
Yeah.
But I can't say it. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Even jokingly, I can't do it.
If your grandparents are alive and you say that shit, that's a little, because when they actually die, it's like, oh, you'll cry.
Yeah. But even jokingly, I can't say it.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, I'm horrendous at jumping out of conversations when it comes to that. But if it was in the street and someone came up and were talking to you, going on like, and you, not that you don't want to have a conversation, like, you know, not that you don't like the person, or just I can't be. Sometimes it happens when I'm going to the bus stop or the trains or whatever, and someone catches you and they're like, so you know, how's everything been? Like, talk me through your days. For the past 6 years, I've not
seen you for every single day.
Tell me every day of them years that you've missed. Yeah, that's easier. That's. I'm really sorry. I'm just going to grab this train or this bus.
I'm going to miss my train when you just walk off.
A good one's a phone call, though.
Yeah, but
like, I'm really sorry. I'm just going to have to make this call. I'm meaning to ring him at this time. I'm like, what?
I'm just
you need to ring him at 4:41.
Yeah, I need at this exact time. You needed to ring him.
You booked in a meeting at 4. At 57.
At 7:57, you're in the pub.
Yeah.
Like, what? Yeah.
Craig, it's 2:30 in the morning outside Yates's. Why are you booking meetings in? So.
But, so, these are just random thoughts, man.
Random thoughts, got told off for a random thought of the day, me, in the car.
Really?
Yeah. Well, not told off, just a bit of like,
that's
why
naughty.
Are you thinking of that shit? Sort of thing, like, as if these thoughts go through your mind.
Like.
So my thought was, do you think you could kick a goose off an head? An head off a goose. I would never hurt an animal.
For clarification, you said
I'm not a vegetarian.
Could you kick the head of a goose clean off its body? Yeah, if you hit it, sweet connection volley, Steve Gerrard, boom, could you kick it off? My answer was yes. Yeah. So, I would never do it.
This has been, I'm not going to lie, it's been a thought process for a couple of years, and I've asked a few people about it. And I'd just like to clarify, I'm not a vegetarian, but I wouldn't go and hurt animals. I wouldn't go out and way and hurt animals.
What you mean?
That's why I said about being a vegetarian. I do eat meat, but I'm not, doing it. I'm not in the abattoir myself,
Yeah.
And I won't ever do it to a goose to find out. I'm just saying.
Do you think
you could
kick its head off?
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, and then it takes that mentality that just the stupid brain, and I don't know if it's because of my job, where it's a serious environment. It's I work very hard, and I do. I work very hard, serious environment, and it has to be straight down the line in what I do.
Yeah.
And so when I get an opportunity my mind to just wonder, I think of stupid shit like that. And so
I think of that stupid shit all the time, man.
Yeah.
I don't have a serious job. I literally do what the fuck I want every day.
Well, to a point, you're not serving shit on a plate.
I do obviously care about what I do, but in my head, you know what I mean?
Not me.
You know what I mean? I have those random thoughts all the time. The goose one is like, if you're watching and listening now, think to yourself, could I kick this goose's head
clean off?
Just boom.
Do they have the same reaction as a chicken that carries on running?
Boom, boom, boom. 20 seconds.
But with a long neck with no head on.
It's like a hose.
Yeah.
But there's blood going.
Just you turn the hose on.
Yeah.
And just let go. All over the shop with feet.
That is a strange question.
Yeah, well, it's what goes through my head.
There is so many questions that I'd love to bring to the podcast, but I feel like sometimes they're a little bit too dangerous. You ever have that thought?
Yeah, I mean, that one itself is quite dangerous, I think.
Yeah.
But I wanted to just make it very clear that I don't hurt animals, and I wouldn't go out of my way to do that. but it is a stupid thought that goes through my head.
Very stupid.
Not like every day. So where I live, there's a gaggle of geese, right?
Okay.
I think that's what they're called. A gaggle of geese that disrupt the road, things like that. You know, like. But it's a part of our community. We all love the geese. Sorry, with geese, the boys. You know what I mean? And no one hurts them, which is good.
I just imagine you all coming out and just like fucking saluting and just being like, "Wow, we love geese."
Yeah, I reckon it's that point of like, I'm surprised there's not one being brought into a pub.
And somebody's trying it.
Yeah, but everyone loves the geese. So, everybody loves the geese.
Well,
even the teenagers that hang out on the market don't do up to the geese.
Are they scared of them?
I'm scared of them.
They're fucking angry bastards.
I'm personally scared of them. I used to walk the opposite way around. Just
when you go near one and they do that little hissing.
Yeah.
With the tongue. I can't do it.
Yeah, the tongue's out. It says.
Yeah, but we were just. This would bring me on to we were just driving then.
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
And I almost ruined my pigeon over, didn't I?
Oh yeah.
I wasn't trying to go for it.
Yeah, but like you said in the car, you expect it to fly off, and it just didn't. And then we're like,
ah! We're like, oh no, I've killed a pigeon. And then we're like, oh no, it's just dawdling, walking by the car like as if nothing had happened. But you just expect it to just fly off.
Yeah.
Like fucking car. Do pigeons make that?
Nah. Have you ever seen a baby pigeon? No one's seen a baby pigeon.
No one's ever seen a fucking baby. They come out full grown suitcase ready to
just straight full adult from the womb.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a crab, where they moult the fucking shell.
Yeah.
Maybe the pigeon does that just
straight out. Oh, I'm fully grown.
Or like on Men in Black, where it's like they're just fucking unzip the old pigeon and come out a new pigeon. Yeah,
but you never seen
one. Never seen one.
Pigeon. Never.
No, ever. I'm not that keen on them, to be fair. So I'm probably not going to try to find one. But
yeah, it's true, though, isn't it?
True though.
You don't ever see baby pigeons. But yeah, that's a weird one.
Yeah, I mean, not as weird as this first 22 minutes of this podcast.
People will be like, fucking.
Why are we supporting these guys?
Why do we subscribe to their YouTube channel?
Because speaking about subscribing to the YouTube channel, we want more subscribers to the YouTube channel. So the last video that we did, I know it was with the boys, and we had Jake and Emiliano on here, and it was really good. We wanted to get them back in ASAP and make it a regular thing. But the episode with them, episode 5, has been the most viewed one that we've had on YouTube.
Yeah.
But we're still at the same amount of subscribers, and it does make sense that people might watch it for a bit and be like, this is not for me, or they might watch it for a bit and be like, this is class.
Yeah.
Can't wait for the next one to come out, but they're not hitting that subscribe button. So if you are watching on YouTube, do us a massive favour. If you're listening on Spotify, do us a massive favour and just give us a subscribe on YouTube.
Just fucking press it. It takes you 2 seconds.
It's going into just fucking press it, bro.
He's got it nice. I'm back up. Just press it. Just press it. You don't even have to fucking watch it. Just press it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Subscribe. I'm getting all sorts of texts here.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
Where are you?
Where are you? What are you doing? Doing podcasting. But yeah, I'm going to move on to today's main topic and opinion of drug use.
Right, okay. So just before we get started on this one, I am not experienced in this area, so it's probably going to be a bit more about you talking about it. Because I'm making judgment here that you're experiencing drugs.
Right. So drug-wise, I'm not experienced in drugs.
Yeah, same.
Right, as in...
So why do you pick this as a main topic?
Because I want to talk about it.
Okay.
Right, because there are some things that I believe need to be brought to light. Like I have facts. I don't have any facts. Or I'm not, whatever. So basically what I want to talk about is, there are certain drugs out there that people are like frowned upon.
Yeah.
Which is most.
Most drugs. I don't think we should go through a list of them because they might ban it on YouTube if we start talking about Yeah.
We have already mentioned cocaine.
Yeah, I know, but
well, yeah,
that might have to be the cap of it.
Boom, cap.
Yeah.
So YouTube don't ban. But in terms of drug use, right? So what people also don't get are like, I don't like drugs. I'll drink like coffee or smoke. Now they're a drug because you can become addicted to it.
You know, earlier on when you were talking about being a doctor, when did you become one, really?
I'm a doctor. Dr. Billington. They are a drug.
Yeah, no, I get that.
So why are they legal? Why is smoking legal?
Yeah, why is smoking legal and, let's say, the green plants that people consume either baked or smoked?
And
and it has points on it.
Yeah.
The pointy plant.
And it rhymes with lead.
Yeah, rhymes with Manabis.
Just trying to rhyme it with another word.
Yeah. You could, yeah. The devil's lettuce.
That's it. That's done. We're going with devil lettuce.
The devil's lettuce. Why is that not legal? When it, I mean, for one, it is in other countries.
Yeah.
Those countries may, produce it as well and stuff like that. And it's not here. And even countries that are really close to our country, that have often shared the same values of our country and surrounded, part of the EU.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're not there anymore, but, back in the day, me and you, baby, we used to have fun. Yeah.
So that's my view of. So I went to America. Obviously, they've just legalized the devil's lettuce. And I was like, well, why aren't they doing this in the UK? I said, big fly.
I saw that come on your shot. I thought it were a baby pigeon.
What if that is a baby pigeon?
Maybe that's it.
No, but so why isn't it legal here? So obviously you can get things like THC or CBD.
But can you get THC legally here?
Don't think you can.
No,
not legally, no. But it's like, well, if we're going into the whole concept of CBD is really good for you, or it's good for certain elements of your body because you've taken out the THC.
Yeah.
Then why don't they legalise certain, the aspect of it like that in a medical form or whatever? Because the amount of money, this is how I view it. If the government legalised it, the amount of money they could tax on it and make from it would be more than anything.
Yeah. No, it's a big money maker in it for governments and whatever. I think it's already shown that in America. And I don't think you're 100% right of it being illegal in this country. And I am aware that you are able to get it under medical. Medical.
You are allowed to.
Devil's lettuce.
I think, the devil's lettuce. I think, did I read that you can grow a certain amount for personal
consumption?
It's when you start selling it.
Yeah.
To other people.
Yeah.
To BLTs and stuff.
For the BLTs. Yeah.
But you then become a criminal. Like the other stuff, I'm not a fan of. In terms of, I don't want to, obviously we don't want to name names on these other stuff, but white powder.
Schmeroin.
Yeah. Yeah. So those things, I love how we're trying to get out of the fact of just calling drugs names. But stuff like that, I don't really, have I done schmeroin?
It sounds like somewhat off Willy Wonka.
Yeah. No, I haven't. The white powder, that's another one. It's just there are pills and stuff like that. I've got a mate as well who's and it might be Joe Rogan who talks about DMT.
Yeah, it is.
And he's
shout out Joe Rogan.
Shout out Joe Rogan.
Follows us on YouTube, so should everybody else.
I really wanted to get into that line. But like he talks about DMT being really good in terms of like.
I'll do it.
How like for hallucinogenic, like I'm trying to say the word there. I can't.
Hallucinogenics.
Yeah. And he says it's like not really good for you, obviously, for your health, but he says it's like really good for certain aspects and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I have a mate who's like proper wanting to try it and proper into it, and he tried to explain it to me once, and I was just like, I don't, you're blagging my head.
I think, to be fair, there's a lot of risk to take in there with stuff like that.
There is. Yeah, but is it an addiction? So
I'm not even talking about the addiction side of it, though. I'm talking about the unsafe side of it, as in like, like the consumption of fungus. Well, I can say mushrooms, can't I?
Yeah, you can say mushrooms.
Yeah, so,
on your breakfast.
I do not have mushrooms on my breakfast.
No,
coffee's on a pinch. Yeah, brew it or stew it. Mushrooms.
They
can fucking stew it.
They're awful. Texture.
I'll eat them if they're given to me.
I'll never eat them.
One of your best sellers at this coffee shop is the garlic creamy mushrooms.
They're awful. I hate mushrooms.
Anyway.
Yes, I do.
So, from what I gather from people's experiences, that it can, to be told, right, you can do this, but you have to be in a really safe environment with people that are really good for you. But it's a bit like that, I think I spoke about earlier on another podcast about not being able to get a job when you're younger. Because you lack experience. Like, how am I supposed to know who's good for me? Like, you're a really good mate of mine now, but in that situation, what if you're not a good person for me? And I do something stupid like fucking jump out a window. And
I do this exact same thing, and we both just end up dead.
I mean, I wasn't aiming for that, but...
Well, yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like,
I do get
what if... And so there's a lot of risk with that sort of stuff, of DMT, mushrooms, things like that. Like, they can alter your perception of time and everything like that. And you can, I presume, I've never done it before, but I presume from other people's conversations that it can obviously lose control of your body.
I think DMT is the one way you come out of yourself, kind of thing. That's what I heard.
I guess this topic for me, and from what you've sort of already mentioned, I presume at the beginning that you may have taken part in party substances. It's not. I haven't. The only one I've touched is the devil's lettuce, and it's been in Australia, in Amsterdam, and sort of them places. I've not done it here. It's not something I do here or consume.
I have a funny story about it. So me and my brother, we did it when we were younger, and I remember we were sitting in his bedroom, and we were super high.
Right, okay.
Super duper high. And we both just sat in bed, and I turned to him. He's got his hand on the bed, back of the hand on the bed, like that. And he's like, I can't move my arm. I'm like, what's wrong?
I've got a similar story. Carry on.
He's going, I can't move my arm. I can't move, it's hurting so bad, please. I'm like, what's wrong? And he starts to really like panic. And I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, it's a boulder. There's a boulder on my arm. It's so heavy, please get it off. Please, it's so heavy. Like, and he's almost in tears. And I'm like, what do you want me to do? He's like, just lift it, just get it off, it's so heavy. And I'm like, so I pretend to lift this boulder. So I'm putting my arms around the boulder, I've lifted it off. And he's like, oh my God, my arm, flipping it, I thought I broke my arm then. Like, and I'm just holding this boulder, I'm stood in the room, just holding this boulder.
That's some brother love, is that though, to go along with it. And it's not even there.
It's not there. But yeah, like I said, we were mega high as well.
So similar story to that about feeling like that. I went on a stag do to Amsterdam, and It was a rugby stag do. There were probably, I don't know, maybe 30 of us that went, maybe even more, I don't know.
That's a lot.
A lot of people. And I was quite young at the time. I'd say, I might have been 18.
Right.
I might not.
Wow.
I don't
Younger
know.
than 18.
I might have been 16.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
And anyway.
Amsterdam, 16-year-old.
Yes. Dangerous.
Anytime go to Amsterdam is dangerous.
Yeah. But it's a good place. It's a good place. It's fun.
Yeah.
And, you know, for many, I've been a fair few times as an adult, but in the past few years I've been a few times and chose not to partake in them, something like in the Devil's Lettuce.
Yeah.
And I've still had a mega time. Like, it's such a good time.
That's one of them things, like, I feel like people, when you tell people about Vegas, or, you know what I mean, you have to go gambling, or like, you go to Amsterdam, you have to do that, or get a prostitute.
Yeah.
Like, but why?
But you don't have to do it.
So much more.
And it's so, like, yeah.
But,
anyway, we'd been in Amsterdam, and we went on one of the ferry trips, so you're there, like, AM, and then you go back, like, 5 PM, you get on the coach, back to the ferry, back home. So I think in total it's 3 days, but you're only in Amsterdam for a day.
Yeah.
We got there early doors, started to go around the coffee shops and stuff. I didn't want to smoke anything, and so I had a cake instead.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so I consumed it that way, and I was feeling it. I was tired. I got kicked out of one place for falling asleep on the table, stuff like that. But one of the lads, we were sat outside. Everyone was sat outside, and there were these long benches, like these long stone benches, and he had his hands in his pockets.
Yeah.
And he just couldn't get them out.
Oh no.
He just could not get them out. And they were like, lads, I'm stuck. My hands are stuck in my pockets. They're stuck in my pockets. And he like tried to get up and he fell over and his hands would not come out of his pockets. It took someone to go up to him and like force his arm, like pull his hands out of his pockets. What a guy.
What a guy.
Yeah.
I've got a guy like we both know. I don't know if you've heard this story. And he tried edibles. And when you do edibles, if you've never done it, right, you only need to take like one. But people think, oh, it's not working, so I'm going to take two.
Loads,
So this guy did that. But he'd just started going out with this girl. And so they'd thought, we'll do it. And he ended up ringing an ambulance.
Yeah.
Because he thought he was dying. And he was having panic attacks. He had 7 different flipping personalities going on. And it were like, and the ambulance, so the paramedics turn up and they're like, and he's telling them what's wrong and they're just laughing at him.
Yeah, do you think though this is why it's not legal?
Yeah, that's the other reason. So obviously you've got the medical side of it, which is obviously for help with cancer and things like that. Yeah,
I believe it stems into the sort of mental health world, things like that. People with anxieties, depression.
Yeah.
But I think it's chronic pains, things like that. So as far as I'm aware, there is somewhat of a legal substance in this country.
But yeah, I think that's why because they always say it's not, the Devil's Lettuce is not an addictive drug. So this is, I've had this conversation with people before and they're like, well, it's not an addictive drug.
I would disagree with that.
Now, again, I think anything can be addictive.
Yeah, so what I mean by disagreeing, I believe it can be addictive.
Yeah.
So when I was in Australia smoking
Devil's
Lettuce,
yeah,
it would be a thing that happened every day.
Yeah.
And it became a thing of, right, it was with the lads, it was while we were playing poker or whatever, and then it became a thing of, I'm going to do it after work because it helps you sleep.
Is it like that other thing that helps you sleep?
What is it?
So...
Oh, mate. As if you're going to bring that up. Oh, wow. Alright. Well, I've noticed that most of us viewers don't last the full hour, so hopefully they won't see this bit.
We got to the first 15 minutes. I tell you what, if you've not turned off by now, you're going to turn off now. Yeah. So basically, you're saying.
So what I'm saying is, Craig can't go to sleep without knocking one out.
It's true,
and it's an addiction.
It's an addiction. I'm addicted to masturbating.
I reckon we just found the title of this. I'm addicted to masturbating.
Yeah. So, like, I see that as your addiction to marijuana. The devil's lettuce. And it's funny how I can say masturbate, but I can't say devil's lettuce. Yeah. The full terminology.
You probably can. I just don't want to, just in case, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it got quite addictive because it was like, right, it helps you sleep, so I'm going to do it while I go to sleep. Mm-hmm. And then it becomes a thing of, I can't sleep if I don't have it.
Yeah.
So surely that's a sign of it being addictive.
That's it's an addictive. Addiction is another topic we could delve into. Probably not this one because it's
Yeah, we're 41 minutes in.
That is a big topic.
Addiction. Yeah.
Because, like I just said, then I think you can become addicted to a lot of things.
Yeah, almost anything. I mean, there's that guy that has sex with fucking exhausts. Have you not ever seen that Channel 4 documentary where people start eating stuff?
No.
Have you not seen that?
No.
Oh, YouTube it after you've watched this one and subscribed.
Yeah,
but it's called Weird Addictions. I think it was on Channel 4.
Right.
And people do stuff like addicted to eating like cornstarch or like eating hair.
Wow.
And they have to have operations to get it removed. And it's a big airball. Or they like a cat. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. But yeah.
You do it in a big deal to the floor.
Oh, that's where that's gone. I wondered where I've lost it.
Weird addictions.
Weird addictions.
But it's one of, like, I think when you say the word addiction, you instantly think of drugs, alcohol, cigarettes. But we often bypass not the little ones because they're big things in people's lives, but bypass things like coffee. Like I'm addicted to coffee.
So you're addicted. This is another thing. You're addicted. You're addicted to coffee, right? When you drink it every day, right? And you just think it's the norm. Yeah. And then you'll have that day when you don't drink it, you've got a fucking banging headache.
So every weekend.
Yeah. So I don't drink coffee. I tend to not drink coffee on a Sunday.
Yeah, same.
And my eyeballs burn. I'll wake up on Monday with the worst headache.
Yeah, it's a bad headache as well. It's one of them really like piercing ones, isn't it? And that's me. And I don't really drink coffee at home. I mean, last week I mentioned I do actually drink Castroni at home in the mocha pot, but it's not all the time. Like I drink coffee here. You know, I can be in here, let's say on Monday morning, and I can go through 5 flat whites.
Yeah.
Okay, piece of piss. You know what I mean? But I don't really drink that much at home. So midweek, I won't go home after work and grab a coffee.
If you did, that would be like strange because it's like 5 o'clock.
Yeah, but
the thing is, you're replacing the caffeine intake with probably something else. So I'll have like a cup, like a can of hot.
Masturbating.
Not
can of pop. Yeah, can of pop.
Can of pop or like a Monster or Red Bull or something.
No, I'm not having that, but I'll have a can of pop. My other addiction, if we'll call it, is fizzy drinks.
Yeah.
So I can easy polish off like a 4-packer.
Yeah.
You know,
or like
a 4-pack of soda foam. Sponsors.
Yeah. Soda foam and can of water. Shower can of water.
Yeah, can of water, man. They like everything that we do. I love it. I love it that they.
But the thing is, right, we have so many people on Instagram. I don't want to.
No, we don't. It's like 75 followers.
Yeah, but no, I don't want to put Coke in there because they get too many marks. There's so many people on Instagram. Sorry, not so many followers. So many people on Instagram that are liking and loving our shit. And we've got some not sponsors.
No, they don't. They don't. These people that they don't actually sponsor us. Can of Water don't actually sponsor us.
We just shout them out because it's funny. We think it's funny.
Yeah.
But they like our stuff, and then even down to Castrone, like we're not doing it for sponsorship. We like drinking his coffee, and it's really, 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 really fucking good shit. But if you want to sponsor,
even though we said on the second episode about sponsorship, being bullshit. Sponsors.
But in terms of going back to the drugs side of things, like, have you ever had a thought of I want to try it one time?
Yeah. So I have, and do you know what? I think growing up and starting to work in bars and stuff at 16.
Yeah.
I mean, I worked in a nightclub, a local nightclub that's very well known.
Yeah.
At 16, as like a glass collector and stuff. But then at the same time, what?
Going local.
Yeah. Have you seen that they're selling the carpet?
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking mad.
For charity though.
Yeah.
So if they were just selling it, like, I'd be like, who's going to buy that?
There'd be people that buy it. Anyway.
Why are they selling it? Like,
because it's a piece of history.
No, but are they getting a new carpet or are they closing?
No, they're getting a new carpet.
Oh,
okay, now.
Oh, like, why the fuck?
That's desperation. That, like, if they weren't selling it because they were closing, like, you can buy a metre square carpet if you. Yeah, we need wages to pay for. Working in the bar scene and stuff, I saw it happen quite a lot.
Yeah.
Then I got into a cocktail bar. I saw a bridge. Shout out Aidan from Bar Francesca's. I know he watches or listens to the podcast, so shout out to Aidan. But he took me in to the friendship group.
Yeah.
They all took me in, and welcomed me in. And none of them did anything like that.
Right, okay.
None of them. I was the only one that smoked.
Yeah.
So at 16, stupidly started smoking.
Yeah.
Usually you start smoking at school, around back or whatever. Wasn't interested. What?
Around back.
Stupid thoughts.
Yeah.
Is that stupid thoughts?
Stupid thoughts. Dumb thoughts.
Right.
Anyway.
So usually, you start smoking at school.
Yeah.
And I didn't. I was totally against it. Totally dead against it.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my first cigarette. Get straight into it. Everyone said, "Oh, you'd be coughing, you'd be sick." I wasn't.
Mm-hmm. Asked
for another one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I remember the day after walking down the hill to the shop, and getting 10 packet of 10 cigs, and that were it then.
Right.
Up until maybe 20, 24, 25. But I wasn't around it. I was around it, but wasn't around it. None of my friends did it. None of them were like offering. But it did. They say curiosity kills a cat, don't they? You know what I mean? Like, there was times where I thought, I wonder what it's like.
I wonder, this is a random thought, how many times is that cat dead?
Yeah.
Died, sorry. Like, curiosity kills the cat. Like, fuck me, that cat has died a lot.
Yeah.
But do they have a different cat every time? Like, but the thing is, the difference between you and me is I was around that.
Yeah.
So I've been around it a lot, all my life.
Well, there's two sides to it, and I'll probably go into this. So, but you've been around it all your life, and it's. So did it lead you to want to do it, or did it turn you against it?
My thing was, I was like, I don't really like. Obviously, I have tried things, but I was never fully submerged into it in terms of like, I want to do it. I tried it and was like, all right, yes, that's fine.
Yeah.
But my side of it, in terms of being around it, in terms of like, well, it was there. It wasn't there because they were using. It was the other side of it. And I don't want to go into that too much because obviously, I'm not going in the dealer. But yeah, I was around it, and it put me off, kind of thing. It puts me off it.
Yeah.
Because I've seen what it can do to people.
Yeah, you see the damaging effects of it and stuff like that.
But now I'm older, and you see reports coming out about things like, the CBD that's coming out and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh, right, okay, maybe, there are some good points about it.
Yeah, but so looking at that, have you not noticed that all these things are natural?
Yeah.
Like, there's probably an argument that the talcum powder looking substance in a bag is natural, but it's because it derives from a plant.
Yeah.
There's chemicals and stuff added to it. Have a look at Ross Kemp's sort of stuff. It shows you the process of what they do, and there's petrol and all this sort of stuff in it. Whereas what we've spoken about is literally grown.
Yeah.
And that's it, picked, and then.
Yeah. And then and then it's consumed
in a doobie or cake.
Yeah.
So I don't. Yeah.
This wasn't a conversation to ever get to a conclusion of going, I don't do drugs. I like drugs. I like drugs.
I don't think we'd say I like them, to be fair.
Yeah. It was just a conversation about the use of drugs these days and how it's become more of a thing. I think maybe I see it a lot these days when I go out of, full well who's using, who's not using.
Yeah. I mean, it is so common in this town.
Yeah.
For one, and surrounding, obviously, in this country, what's going on everywhere. But it's just, it's everywhere. Every time you go for a piss, there's about 10 bags of urinal. Do you know what I mean? Or a cubicle's locked and there's two lads that come out of it. Or
maybe they're just having a bit of fun.
Well, they could be, but what they? Yeah. All right, I won't go down that path. Yeah, I know what you mean. But we know it's not. It's not that. We know it's not.
Yeah,
it's so weirdly accepted.
That's another thing.
It's so weirdly just okay to do it.
Okay. Well, it's not.
It's not okay. It's not okay, but
it's just. I've seen a lot of the side of it I don't like, and what it leads to is obviously the depression side of it. And I'm not saying everybody reacts different to a lot of things, but I'm not saying everybody leads to depression. But I just see a lot of people who do those certain things gets into, because it might not even be the drug that's doing it. It could.
Well, there's a lot of different factors in there. There's in like the money.
Like, I'm in debt now. Shit. Like, and then that leads you to the point of, I don't even want to say it.
Yeah.
Because I don't like that term.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just it's a weird one. I just want to talk about it.
About it because it's a good topic to talk about, because I mean we're speaking a bit about my world of work a bit, with the mental health side of stuff.
Yeah.
And it is sort of putting my toes into scalding hot water, talking about this sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's about being open-minded of opinions in it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think we really said our opinion on things. We were open-minded to the thought of drugs and having a conversation about it.
Yeah. But even in my line of work, it's coming through of people talking about different things that are related to or would be seen as a drug.
Yeah.
So, like mushrooms, I think it's been people like Joe Rogan, Mike Tyson, people like that have really put it on the map to create a talking point as such. There's a few YouTubers that I follow that are doing it on their daily routine of microdosing and stuff like that, and it all comes down to poor mental health and it having a positive effect. Especially microdosing and stuff. So it is coming into my line of work, not necessarily with its full foot in the door. It's just creeping in as if people are asking questions. People are thinking about it as an alternative. An alternative thing. One of the things that I never talk about is medication in my life, because I in my area, although it's mental health, it's a lot of peer-led stuff. So me personally might be seen as a professional now, which is still weird for me to hear and say.
Yeah, because you are.
Because I'm just a lad from Solid, you know what I mean? That's decided to hopefully help people. But yeah, it's going down that road, but I'm not a doctor, so medication's one of the things that I just don't talk about. I don't know if to be able to say, oh, maybe you should lower your dose, maybe you should higher your dose, or whatever.
Do you smoke?
No. But yeah, certainly like things like medical I nearly said it. Medical schmara is certainly coming into the realms of what I do. So it's not necessarily me putting my foot in hot water. It's just one of the. It's been a good topic to talk about. To be fair,
I think it was one of them we ummed and ahed about. Well, I brought it up.
Yeah, I didn't have a say, to be fair. So
in my head, I was like, can we talk about this? Because it's one.
This is one thing that I sort of don't like about doing a podcast is that not about doing a podcast is that you have to think about me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't necessarily have to think about you.
Yeah.
I do, because it's like, yeah, I know you say that, but you still do.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't want, if I brought up a topic, I was saying this and then you agreed on it, and then next thing you know, there's a picket out front saying like, shut Green down.
Yeah, shut. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because you said this on a social media platform. Like, so I obviously still do think about it.
Yeah.
But I feel like my input is a bit more hot-footed.
It is. So there are certain topics you have to try and avoid. Not avoid, but just like, not talk about this.
Yeah. I mean, it happened recently on social media. Not me involving me personally.
Yeah.
But someone in my line of work or in my area putting up a personal opinion on a topic that I would remain neutral in.
Yeah.
I have an opinion, but I would not.
Yeah.
Say, I know that's so weird. But
that's an awful point to be in your life. Like for anybody who's watching or listening, you can't literally, because of the line of work you do, or something that you do, or the thought process of I might get backlash here.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't have an opinion.
There was positives taken from it, as in it got people talking.
Yeah.
For one, so bonus. Two, the person apologised for what they put and explained the reason why it was put and an alternative meaning to it. Mm-hmm. I think it was worded wrongly, to be fair.
Yeah.
But it was one of them. I just wouldn't have used the platform that he had to do it. Maybe a personal platform. Maybe a personal platform.
Yeah.
And then he could explain the different ways. So, I mean, I don't care about. I say that all the time and get myself in hot water. It's not that I don't care.
Yeah.
I do care. But yeah, this topic it's so even like it's not even even sided. I don't think so, to be fair, but it was to do with single parents.
Mm-hmm.
So it was to do with single parents and how children should have two parents in their lives no matter what. That was sort of what this quote said.
Yeah.
It was a quote. There was also a statement above it, but it was this quote that basically said there was two parents should be in a child's life no matter what, even if one of them's been a jerk. It's more damaging to the child or something like that without having two parents. And to me, it was a straight finger to single moms that have fucking been there and brought up children to the best of their abilities, and single dads and all this sort of stuff. And it made me think about, I was really close to commenting, but again, it was one of the things that maybe if I did comment, it would have reflected or whatever, but or started a row that I didn't want to be involved in.
I think that's sometimes most of the things that I look at. So I'm not on Facebook for this reason, but most of the things I look at, if it was Facebook or whatever, and I think, oh, I could comment, but then do I want the hassle of all the fucking shit of people going, hey, you're wrong, or that's offended me. And I'm like, I can't be asked.
Exactly, and that's why. Exactly.
So I'm just like, you know what? In my head, I'll comment.
Comment. Too right.
And then that's it. Like I'm not ready. I'm not in the mood to start an argument. Yeah. If it's something if it were like an argument about football, or who's better, Frank Lampard or Steve Gerrard, then I'd be like, oh, I'm getting involved in this because it's it's one of them harmless. It's not going to end up in World War fucking 4. But there are some things I'm just like, nah, I'm not about that. If you want to have that argument on Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, I commented in my head on that certain situation. Colleague did put a comment on it, which fair play on him. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I could have put a comment, and I don't think it'd have changed anything.
Yeah.
To do with me or whatever. I mean, this post had been taken down after, but yeah, it is what it is. But it was, just one of the things that I guess it goes back to what we were saying of looking out for each other and being like, oh, is this topic too dicey? Is this?
Yeah.
At the same time, I don't want to have that pressure on me of being like, can I say this? Can I? Yeah.
But that leads me to my next point. Because we're coming to the end, I don't want to overdo it with the time.
Yeah, boy. That one loud.
Huh?
I said that loud.
And anyone out there who does actually watch and who is listening, if you drop us a message with an opinion or with something, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, I talk about it. There might be some times where I might remain a bit impartial to the conversation, and I'm all for that. Do you know what I mean? So, but it's one of them things. It's just one of them things.
I'd like that if you just drop us even like a question. What are your thoughts on this? Or what's your opinion on this? I'd love that.
Yeah, I can't believe you have the first thing we're talking about shit, and then you've totally gone off that topic.
Boom. Straight off it.
Yeah, and you've sat in this whole podcast with your sunglasses on, and you know that my coffee shop opinion last week was, what's your opinion on people wearing sunglasses when it's fucking not sunny?
Right.
And dark. Now,
the sun were in my eyes to start with.
Right, today, maybe outside.
Yeah.
Was it in your eyes sat there?
It were in my eyes through that window.
Oh.
I'm telling you right now, well, watch the fucking video about it.
Alright, okay.
And it were in my eyes for about 2 minutes. And then I thought, you know what? I'm going to ride it out.
Yeah.
So, for anyone who's listening on Spotify, I'm wearing sunglasses. But they're not just any sunglasses, they are mirrored. Are they mirrored? These ones?
Yeah, I can see myself.
So you can't literally see my eyes.
You've just been looking at my dick this whole time.
Yeah. His dick's not out for anyone listening, by the way. It's in his pants. Party in his pants. But yeah, we're going to kind of keep it short and sweet.
Short and sweet.
We didn't have no guests, like we say. We want to get the boys back on. Maybe add some more boys and girls. But like I say, we put it out there every week. If anyone wants to be a guest, just come forward and say,
come forward, be a part of the team, be a part of the family,
be a part of the coffee shop opinion, coffee shop opinions, and bring us an opinion. CSO
podcast.
Have you got any more random thoughts you want to finish on?
There's probably a lot in there, mate.
I've got so many, but some of them I'm like, I can't talk about.
Two dice it.
Yeah.
Two dice it. Two dice it.
But you ever think of that in your head? And if anybody ever heard my thoughts out loud, I'd be arrested, I think.
Ending thought. Do you sit down or stand to wipe?
Oh, stand up to wipe. That's a good thought. Yeah. So when you, we'll start on shit and end on shit. When you're having a shit, you stand up to wipe, or do you screw it, or do you fold it first?
Fold it.
I'm a folder because it's neater.
Yeah.
You don't want to get it on your finger, do you? And then do you stand up or do you sit down?
Stand up.
And I'm a stand up too.
Yeah, I call it the skier.
The spread your ass cheeks.
Oh mate, you're taking this too far.
Sorry, I said that right into the mic as well. But we found out a lot today about each other. You know, I'm addicted to masturbating.
Yeah, he's addicted to masturbating.
You know,
I've had a previous addiction to the devil's lettuce.
Yeah. And we both stand up to
that out loud.
Both.
It's just like, oh, no way. But that's reality, innit? I mean, don't do it anymore.
No.
So but let's wrap it up, mate. Let's get on to the fam.
Yeah, it's Friday night.
It's Friday there. It's Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, it's Friday. You ain't got no job. You know, and you're getting shit to do.
You've got work tomorrow.
Oh
yeah. Let's finish on. Just a shout out to Can of Water, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
We've already said.
Can of Water.
They don't actually sponsor us. They're just cool people that follow us stuff and like it all and whatnot. And same for Castrone. Shout out Castrone. Hitting us up with the coffees every single Friday or Monday when we film these.
Yeah.
And the new one on the table is Soda Folk. Shout out Soda Folk.
Shout out Soda Folk. They're
dropping the hitters.
No artificial colours, preservatives, sweeteners, or flavourings. Gluten free and suitable for vegans. Soda Folks.
Soda Folks.
You like that?
Yeah.
If anyone watching that, then will see how creepy I just did that with my sunglasses. And also tell us, give us your feedback on the mics if it works.
I did a piss.
Yeah, is that why you're jittering? Right. I'm just going to write it out. Just keep going.
Yeah, let us know some feedback on a setup now. So I feel like holding this because, as I say, I feel like Beastie Boys.
I like the army.
But we wanted to, because we're in a really big room, it gets quite echoey in here, so we're thinking mic's closer to us, hopefully it picks it up better. We've had to play around with the soundboard as well. Yeah. Hopefully that might have helped.
Hopefully.
But just let us know, because we can't. This is so fucking like one of them. Please, like one of them.
Really, we can't do it without you.
We can't. Yeah, we can't grow and we can't do this without you. So I could do it without you because I just record it and send it to me gran or something like that. So,
but then we'd only have one. She won't even subscribe.
Number one fan, my gran. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Right. Let's do this again. We'll get some people in, some more guests. If not, it's just us two having a fucking daft talk. So thanks for watching if you've been watching. Thanks for listening if you've been listening on Spotify. But yeah, send in some opinions, send in some thoughts, and even send in a video of that would be cool if someone sent us a video in asking us to brew it or shoot it.
Yeah,
that would be absolutely class. And we'll leave it there.
Peace out.
Peace.
Dude.